Hey, it's Mantis Warrior Monday. Oh, yes, it is. I don't know what that means. Does anyone else know what that means? How's it going out there in the YouTubosphere? And I assume that means, I assume that means Inquisitor Shavak out there. How's everybody doing? It's Monday. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Whoa, it's a big face. There I am, blinded by studio lighting here. So yeah, it's Mantis Warrior Monday, as you can see from the three-quarters of a picture of that rhino there. There we go. There's a little guy. Um, let's talk about this guy. So this is the Tranquility camo armor for the Mantis Warriors. And if you know anything about Mantis Warriors, this is the Tranquility is their home world, which was taken away from them at the end of the Badab War by, I believe, the Minotaurs and the Space Sharks. Basically, just split the planet in half and took half each. Good old Minotaurs and Space Sharks. The Carcharodons, I guess, or the Chronicles, whatever you want to call the Space Sharks. Let's call them Space Sharks. I like Space Sharks. This is not the way that I'm painting my Mantis Warriors, but what I want to do, and maybe I'll do that at some point on a Mantis Warrior Monday, or if it's a Mantis Warrior Tuesday, or a Mantis Warrior Wednesday, or Mantis Warrior Week, Mantis Warrior whatever. Whenever I'm painting Mantis Warriors, let me grab the ones I'm talking about. Of course, they'd be in the bottom. Oh no, they're right here. So again, if you know anything about Mantis Warriors, like if you've read any of their lore, their old lore or their lore from the Badab War Forge World books, they are very much. Just pulled a lot of miniatures there. They are renowned for having, well, they're White Scar successors, so they're very much of that fast attack, hit 'em, fire and fade sort of idea of warfare. But they're also renowned bike riders. They have some, because they inherited that from their Chirgoran blood from the White Scars, and they transplanted that to Tranquility. But they're also really well known for the snipers. So, and that's what this guy here is. He's in like Tranquility sniper mode, and I think there's some other art with some Mantis Warriors mentioning like the Tranquility snipers. So that will be these guys, the new hot. What are they called? Eliminators, Eradicators, Destroyinators. What are these ones called? I can't even remember. They're the sniper ones. And there's the three with the actual like sniper rifles, and then I've got three with the last fusel, which is a pretty sick weapon. We'll switch over to the overhead here, and we'll take a better look at these. What's going on my desk there? All kinds of stuff going on the desk. So let's... Whoa, earthquake. Just zoom out, and then we'll zoom back in. That's what I meant to do the whole time. So here we go. Here's one of my snipers. So this is the Bolt sniper rifle thingy. It's very, very Call of Duty. Yeah, it looks like something out of Call of Duty. In fact, this whole model looks like something out of Call of Duty in a lot of ways. But there you can see. So I had painted these a lighter color at one point with the intention of doing that camo pattern on them. This camo pattern on them. On the cloaks on their cameo line. And then I decided that maybe I would just do it as like a leather duster, so I painted over with leather. But now I'm thinking I really do want to repaint. Do it. It's not that hard. It wouldn't be that hard to block on some of those little flourishes for the. We'll go over to this. Yeah, right there. See, that'd be easy to put on the cloak. So maybe that's what I'll do, and I'll do that maybe this week. So if that's what you guys are interested in seeing, let me know, and I'll do that. Otherwise, I've been painting my bikes. So I've been painting these Outrider bikes, which, as you can see, are not like the rest of my Mantis Warriors in any way. They're quite different. That's because they're from a special cadre within the Mantis Warriors that ride bikes and like to fight hard and fight fast and hit and run and whatever. And they're also they're making atonement for the sins of the chapter, right? Because they are the kinslayers. They're Mantis warriors. They did fight against their brother Space Marines and spent 100 years, basically spent a century in exile. So you can see something weird going on the side here. I masked this off. So this is something that I'll do right now for you. So I masked this off and I kind of painted some stripes on here. So I'm going to go over the white again right now. And then I'm going to take the mask off and we'll see how that works. And this mask is actually a Tamiya mask, and it's like a rubberized mask. So you can actually bend it. You can actually make curves with it. Which makes it just really suitable for making straight lines on miniatures with. So we're going to play around with this a bit. I kind of want to do, this was just a test to see a proof of concept, because what I will end up doing is applying a lot more of it on here, and we'll do some more funky designs and maybe some chevrons, and chevrons here would be kind of cool. Striping here, even doing some like rising sun. I don't really want to get too close to, but that would actually look really cool. So we'll see. So I'm going to open up my trusty rusty wet palette here and see what we're doing. Get some white. So the blue that I was using, I still have some on my wet palette. It is Master Series paint. It is called Snow Shadow 9021. If you're looking for this paint, it's a really, really nice flat. You can see the finish there, flat, pigment dense, good coverage over the black primer. That's after 2 coats. And you can see this one is after 1 coat. So I need to put a second coat up here, but you can see that it has really nice coverage, solid coverage, and looks, right now on camera, it probably looks pretty bluey. Yeah, so it's gonna need to go somewhere in between before it goes to white. So I'm just gonna figure out which white I'm gonna use. And I could go with an Army Painter matte white, because this is literally just like a matte medium. Or, you know what? Let's stick with Reaper. They seem to be becoming quickly my favorite paint range. So this is a, if you can read the label, which you can't, it's an HD series. I think it's just called Flat White or Stark White or something like that. But it's from the High Density Pigment series. So, again, let's give us good coverage. I'm going to put a blob down here on my wet palette, besides some of the blue that I had left over from last time. So this blue has been sitting here since Friday. So hopefully it's still good. If not, we'll just throw some more down. Let's get a reasonable sized brush here. Get ready to paint. So take one quick look in the chat before I stick my head down and start painting here. So, oh man, no pink horns. No, not pink horns yet. I think the horns, they're probably going to end up black with something on the tips. They might even be gold tipped. I don't know. We'll see. Or some kind of metallic tip. We'll see. I'm not doing pink horns. Let's be serious here. Nice sword, says nice says nice sword. Tyler says, how does that rider draw his sword? He's a Space Marine. That's how. Maybe it's just maglocked, and that's exactly it. It's just maglocked. Clunk, off. It's all maglocks, man. All right. So let's see here. Oh yeah, this blue paint is still pretty good. We'll mix it with some of the white, so we're going intermediate between the blue and the white. And this is not the one I want to paint. The one I want to paint is one with the mask on it. So. And again, just a gentle touch, and make sure that you're respecting the mask. I guess, if that makes any sense. That came out pretty good, actually. And then here. I'm just going to try and get some of that red off there. I got some red. Oh no, that's all dry. That's all dry. That is just completely dry. That's fine. A bit more. So now I'm just adding a bit more white, and I'm going to hit it all one more time. You can see how this turns out. Probably looks really white on camera. It's all bleached out for you guys. There we go. All right, so I'll give that a couple minutes to dry, and then we'll pull that mask off and see how that looks. So, the channel was promised pink. Yeah, I know, but I'm a scoundrel. I'm bound to break my promises. So here's El Chapillon, and I'm thinking about him today, and I kind of think I want him to have a bare head. I don't know. I mean, I really like this helmet. I respect this helmet. I also thought about changing his weapon too. As cool and as awesome as this Crozius is, I thought about doing something a little bit different. So this channel was promised pink. Okay, well I'll paint. You know what, Tyler? When I do the elf painting show with my kid, she promises. I'll make a promise on her behalf that she'll paint a pink elf just for you, Tyler. Just for you. Or we'll paint something with pink horns. Anyways, I'm gonna add some white to this stripe down the middle while I'm waiting for that other one to dry. So we can peel that. Ooh, gross. What did you do? You messed it all up. Oh well. Having trouble with my lines today. I think this is not a humble brag or anything, but I was out working out earlier and running. And I think my whole body's like still in that mode where it's like, hey, you were running. You don't run very much. Running, this is a new thing for you. Since when did we run? That's what my body's kind of saying to me right now. Since when do we run? Since today, body. Oh, I messed that up. Yeah. My arms are really sore. That's funny. Because it wasn't just jogging. But rank all the Badab chapters from lamest to coolest. Well, Mantis Warriors are the coolest. I keep picking that wrong. Then Red Corsairs. But not Astral Claws. Red Corsairs. Let's see. Star Phantoms? Star Phantoms are a chapter, right? And I'm just refusing to name salamanders or space sharks or minotaurs. Minotaurs are stupid. What a stupid chapter. What kind of a person would play minotaurs? Think about the kind of person you'd have to be to actually play minotaurs. Ugh, disgusting. There we go, that's cleaned up. Oh, I guess I should do it down there too. Just a bit more of this Bluey McWhite mix. It's tight to squeeze. So I'm not very talkative, I guess. This is what it tells me. we go. All right, we ready to peel that mask off and see what sort of a disaster I've created underneath? I bet it looks sharp. Here we go. Should I start at the bottom or the top? I'll let you guys decide. And I'll sit here and wait for the delay. And then you guys can just tell me. Do I start at the bottom or the top? No, I'm not waiting. Start at the top. Yeah, I'll just use my fingers. I'm like looking around for a pair of tweezers. Like one of the 6 pairs of tweezers I know I own. Alright. Oh, there goes one. Oh, now it's stuck to my finger. I can't get it off. Oh, come off. I'm just messing with you. Alright. Nah. Close enough. Top. Well, I started at the top. Good job. Here we go. And whoa, that's pretty good. Let's see. Woo! And the last one. Now, I did these all I just eyeballed these. That's pretty cool. I have to say I really like that. Yeah. Fun with tape. All right. So I could duplicate it on the other side. Or I could do something else. I could do something completely different. And now for something completely different. I can probably even reuse these. You could. What if we went like this? So we'll go corner to corner like that. Not quite corner to corner. No, but that's good. That's good. Because if we go like that, and then get another one of these. I probably shouldn't reuse the mask, but that one's fine. Where did I put the mask? So you move things around. Oh, I put a bike on top of it. Of course I did. My desk is a mess right now. Usually is on Mondays. It's after me and the kid doing arts and crafts in here over the weekend. Ooh, that didn't make any sense. After me and the kid doing arts and crafts in here. So I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. But what if my smallest pair of scissors right now. Here we go. So what if we do something like that? We'll do another one. Just chop off a little piece here. It all needs to look like it's emanating from somewhere, and from sort of in like the same direction, the same angle, like that. Actually, that. There's a bolt under there. That's cool. And then straight up. And onwards until Christmas. Something like that. So essentially the negative space I'm creating here, I'm going to be painting in white to leave the red underneath. I really like this mask. It's really flexible, and you can see how I can push it right in, and it keeps its edge, so it keeps its angle. But I would do it up to here. So that white, and then I need another, at least one more on the bottom. Let's go another little cut of this piece. Ooh, mask on mask issue here. All right. So, you know, I can paint something. I just want to make sure that I'm maintaining the angle, the right. That got pulled down a bit, didn't it? Oh, but that goes off the edge. This might not be so bad. You know what? I think we're good because I can paint that over. All right. Do I need one more here? What do we think? There's only one way to find out. Did your bike break? My bike? Oh no, man, that bike is not. That bike needs to be overhauled. That bike needs a lot of work. It's almost 30 years old. But that will be my bike come spring. So that's kind of my winter project. Maybe I should do a vlog restoring this old bike. Restore the bike. Okay, so that's actually kinda cool. How does that look? And it's all going to be emanating from something here, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to grab my white paint and I'm going to fill that in. Yay! It's Fun with Mask Day today. So this is mostly blue. I'm actually going to add a bit more of that snow shadow blue. And then this gives you a really nice cool white. So, and I'm only going to go up to here. I'm going to leave the top of his dashboard here red, but all this is going to be now white. It's another day with painting. So I think since this is Mantis Warrior Monday, I may theme the other days of the week. So I may do Rogue Trader. I'll probably do that on like Thursday, because that seems to be the throwback Thursday day. I don't know. Is that infringing on someone else's intellectual property? We're gonna go all the way down like this with the white. Yes, 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 yes. And the front of the bike here too. Oh, okay. So let's be really careful with this mask here, because it's raised a bit, so I may have to manually fix this part to make sure that it's that's fine. And just make sure we carry it all the way up to the top here, and then we're gonna go do the front like that and like that. And then we'll just wait for that to dry, and we'll do another coat. So this guy's got quite the flashy bike here. The idea is to kind of do them all like that, all in their own unique livery. I think that would actually look quite sharp, and that's all 6. So I'm doing 3 now, and then I'll do another 3 once I build them and get them done. Not that they're the hardest things to build, but they can be. I might do, and I could just do a single stripe on this white, or you know what? Maybe something on the white, like a chevron coming up. That might look cool. I don't want to do anything where it's going to just be too much of a pain in the butt to get the mask into, which is why the sides here are perfect for it. I could actually leave this black, put some mask on here, and then paint that white, or even paint that red. I even want to do like custom livery on their armor, so I kind of, you can see they've all got the red face because I want to pick out that, so that'll get washed, and then the red breastplate, and then the red shoulder pads, and then this big greave up at the front here. I've done red, or whatever that is, gauntlet, but not their glove, not their gauntlet, but this is a greave, right? I don't know. You guys know. Someone will tell me. And then the chaplain, I still have issues with the chaplain that are more esoteric and harder for me to rationalize right now. Like I said, I don't like his head. Well, I do like his head. I respect the head. I kind of want to go a different direction with my chaplain, and it's only because of the mental direction that I'm thinking of going in with my Mantis warriors. That I have an idea in mind, and it requires a conversion, and I just got to get the balls up to do it, right? So what do we do here on this red side? I guess we can do some more of this kind of thing. Would look really cool over here. Or this guy, I don't know, because I did this with the black lining, and I do like it. Like, I like the chaplain with the black lining. I'm definitely sticking with the black lining on the chaplain, even though it does kind of look like the Batmobile. But that's cool. Adam West approved. This one, there's so much opportunity on these spaces here to do cool things, but at the same time, I got to do 6 of them, so I don't have to, not each one has to be kitted out crazy. I do want to put some devotional script and some other stuff on them, because their bikes would be very personalized to them, because they're basically, they're steeds into battle, right? So I'm adding a bit of white to that blue now, and we're going to throw a second coat up on here. And we'll start right here. So someone's knocking at my door. So I will. Could be the landlord. I don't know. Could be a delivery. But you get a slideshow for now. Oh, did I not even? I didn't even turn off the mic, so you guys got to hear me get up and walk away. Well, I'm back. I don't know what this is. Vendor merchandise. MD Media, Hamburg, Germany. Is it a book? Okay, well. Here we go. This is now turned into an unboxing live on air, because I actually have no idea what's in this. Well, I shouldn't show that off, but that's it's a book envelope, and it's coming at me from. It's a gift from Hamburg, Germany. did I buy? What is this? I legitimately have no idea what this is. This is amazing. I'm really excited at what this could potentially be. What the? Oh! Wow, it took it long enough. Awesome! It's a hardcover of The War Hound and the World's Pain. I really hope this comes off nicely. I don't even want to say how long this has potentially been in the waiting. I forgot all about it. That's how long it's been. I think I bought this back in the beginning of the summer, even, and I just said, well, there we go. I gotta get this tag off because that's an awful place to put a tag. But this is a hardcover, first edition of. And there he is. There's the man himself, Michael Moorcock. The War Hounds and World Pain. It's a great book, great story. I used to have a paperback with this exact same cover on it. It said Timescape on it or something, and it disintegrated because I read it like twice over one summer because it was a fun book to read. All right, let's get back to painting after that unboxing interlude, bonus unboxing episode, stuck in the middle of painting. All right, so let's keep going on these guys. On this guy, I'm gonna put some more white in here because this needs to be white, yo. I got white paint on my fingers? No. Occupational hazard, I guess. Old painty hands. So I'll probably have to go in and clean up a little bit, especially like around here, where around the belt. The feed's a little funky, like where the tape is. But so far so good, right? We're hoping that this will net really positive results. Prayers out there in the chats for my masking. Let's see. Are these guys going to have any of the green and yellow? I have not figured that out yet, Tyler. It's been keeping me up at night, for sure. It's definitely a concern. They're gonna have the Mantis Warrior symbol on their Sasamonos, so right here on their banners. Other than that, and potentially something on this shoulder pad, but I'm not sure what. Potentially just a fast attack symbol, just a black pointed X, because they would still be part of the fast attack. That's still their role. I want to do a squad of these guys on foot using the close combat intercessors, because I can just take the close combat intercessors and do like up 5 of these guys on foot, and then use them as veteran intercessors. But I have to do a cool veteran sergeant for them. It just so happens that I happen to have a cool veteran sergeant. Although this guy was just going to be for regular close combat intercessors. But regardless, that won't happen until these guys are done, until all 6 of these are done. And maybe they only fight on bikes. Maybe they don't even fight on feets. Get your React content on. What are your thoughts about the Christmas bundles for 40K and AOS? You should review them. It's a bunch of miniatures for a little bit less money than you would pay normally. They do them every year. There's usually about 10 a year. They usually do like 6 of one, 4 of another, or 4 of one, or 8 of one, or another. Hey, Torben, how's it going? I don't think I've actually seen the AOS ones. I think I've only seen the 40K ones. I know that there was a NID one there. The best one was the one that they did like 2 or 3 years ago for the Orcs. It was all truck boys. This was before Orktober, so before they released the Speed Freaks, the new vehicles. I'm gonna rip these off. We're gonna see just you know what? I'm gonna actually do some more white first, and then let it dry, and then we'll rip it off. Then we'll tear the lid off. But it probably needs one more. It's a nice thick layer of white paint. So yeah, I don't know. GW does those every year. I didn't see anyone that I wanted. I don't want the Space Marine one. There's nothing in there that I desire, unless it was like new models. But those bundles are never new models. It's always old stock put into big boxes to sell off, because that's where they make the most amount of profit. Is the bigger the box of plastic that they sell you, the more they can actually make off it. Even though individually those things would all cost more. I don't know. It's basic economics, guys. Just look it up. Don't rely on me for your investment advice. All right, ready? Whoo! Look at that. There we go. This one was supposed to come off too. Oh, see, there we go. There's. Oh, or is that a bit of tape stuck on there? What is that? Or is that just some paint that bled through? I don't know what that is. Weird. It's just paint. Well, that's interesting. Okay, it's gonna need a little. There's a couple of spots in there that's gonna need some cleanup. But the good thing is that the red I'm using is also really pigment dense and goes right over this white, and you would never know. So there's definitely some cleanup needed here. Here. It's a little bit lighter, but that's fine because it's all going to get washed and it's going to get lighter anyways when I go to do the red. There we go. And then a little bit here. This is kind of funky. There we go. And then here, a little bit of cleanup. There actually needs some cleanup with the white. We'll go back to that here. And then here. So just a little bit of white cleanup here. Yep. And here. And then down here. Need some of the blue. And the white. Oops. Plonk. So, it's not perfect, but it's not bad for a first try. I screwed up the bottom one down here, but I think I'm going to fix it by maybe painting here with red and making it a circle. No, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it. You know what? You know what I can do instead? Is I can fill this, and that will help create a little illusion. Actually, I know what I'm going to do there. Even better idea. How do you fix things when things go wrong? Oh, there we go. Gunmetal. What? What you say? Gunmetal? What are you going to do gunmetal? And got little panel gunmetal, because this will solve a lot of my OCD here. There. And making sure we keep this one down here metal. Keeping the feed. And then the exhaust hood, or the ejection port hood. There we go. That looks pretty sharp. And then the other side's even more crazy. So like this guy's just completely random. There's no rhyme or reason to this guy's livery. Like it's just oh, I got stripes on one side, and then kind of like sunbeam lights coming out the other side, and then a racing stripe down the middle, and it's like he just couldn't decide. Maybe some of the other guys got more restraint. You're less. No. This guy's like, dude, I want that same thing. Do that to my bike now. Yo, dog, we heard you liked stripes, racing stripes. So we put racing stripes on your racing stripes, so you could race while you stripe. What if we do something like... Don't need a lot. Don't need much of a piece for that. What if we use this one right down the middle? And we go this way. Corner to corner. How does that work? That's actually pretty good. And another piece. So this one I'm going to do more like a hazard striping, so I'm not going to do it like the emanating rays. So what I want to do is I want to keep the gaps between... So I want to make sure that the gaps are about as wide as the tape is. This actually needs to... Oh no, his head fell off! Pick up that knife I dropped. They were like, but that looked really straight. And I was like, didn't look perfect. It's actually too close. Get that up again. There we go. All right, next. I made a complete mess of my RT Rhino hatch because I messed up the straight lines. Get yourself some of this mask, man. This stuff is amazing. There we go. I have a Laura Branigan song stuck in my head. You take my self-control. Whoa, whoa. I think that's Laura Branigan. In the night, Dun, 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 dun. City lights. Blah, 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 blah. Something like that. All right, we ready to hazard stripe this sucker? It's gonna look ridiculous. I almost need to. Okay. This is fun. So I'm just gonna go like that, just to make it. Yeah. Oh. No, I totally messed that up. Pretend you didn't see that. It's one of those things where you're so in your own headspace about doing something, and then you realize, oh no, that wasn't what I wanted to do at all. I'm just going to leave that like that for now, and then I'll figure this out. Something like that, but not quite like that. Let's just put our paint down here. I like how I'm using a whiter paint than I used on that. Never could get the hang of Mondays. There we go. So even though I was getting good coverage from the white, I want to go back to the blue because I want to go from that blue to that white just so that it's maintaining the consistency. I could have just left it as mostly white, but I should keep your base coating and your layers consistent. There's a bit of advice for you. That was what I meant to do. Sweet. Man. I almost need one more here. Or maybe I can just freehand it. Like that. Almost doesn't really matter on the undercarriage. I'll just weather the hell out of that, and you'll be none the wiser. No one will know. No one must know my secret, that I didn't paint the stripe all the way down. Close enough. All right. So we'll let that dry for a minute. We'll do another coat. Maybe we'll come back to this rollicking, ridiculous one and see. Whoa! So when I do this red now, oh, and just think you guys are asked, or we had ended on a cliffhanger on Friday. As I had put 2 different washes on the fenders, and the winner is between the red ink and the Secret Weapon Red Black Wash. The Secret Weapon Red Black Wash won. That is some glorious washing there. So I'm going to wash all the red on this. I'm going to move this giant pair of scissors out of the way. I'm going to wash all the red on this guy, including the red on his armor, with this. And this is the model to do it on because he's got the most amount of solid red on him. And then I'm going to figure out how that's going to incorporate into the reds and stuff that I've done on the other models. Because I live in the moment, man. I don't really think this too far ahead. I mean, isn't enough that I need to know, what wash I'm using. There we go. And it looks a little funny going on, but that's because it's magic. Because it dries like that. Quite nice. It'll make this red nice and dark. Now going around the white parts, I have to be really careful and just try and apply the wash as basically just glaze it over top, while still keeping the wash itself nice and fluid, so it flows into all your little details hither and dither. I don't have to do this one again, but just want to make sure we get under there. And then over here, again, not too big a deal on the bottom here because I'm probably going to paint over a lot of that. But then getting into these stripes, I want to make sure that I'm being conservative here and being gentle and staying inside the lines. Because really I could have, I can't do that after. I could have done it before I did all the masking and stuff, but it's not that big a deal. Normally I would put down the whole base color and then wash the whole thing and then start working on my details and start working on my highlights. But as you guys watched, if you watched last week, this was really an experiment, an in the moment experiment on how I wanted to paint these guys. So it still kind of is. Ugh. Yeah. Oh no! Well, good thing it's white. It'll clean up real nice. There we go. So when I was out walking around the other day, I saw this gold Rolls Royce. Like it was black. It had like black walls, but then like the hood and the roof were like gold, like shiny gold. And there was this guy sitting on it, and just as I was about to go up to him and be like, "Hey man, is this your car?" Because that's the kind of thing I would do to somebody. This like family comes out, and I realize, oh. And then and as I'm talking to the guy, I see this family coming out. That's like, these are the people who clearly are sitting in the back of the Rolls Royce. This guy's just the driver. And I just said to him something like, "Oh, it must be a real privilege to drive this car." And he just looks at me and he says something like, "I'm working." I said, "Oh, sorry, it's your nice car." And then I realized, oh, it's mobbed up. So that's a story about how the other day I narrowly escaped getting killed by the mafia. That story wasn't going anywhere, so I thought I'd liven it up at the end there. But I don't think I got away with it at all. I think you guys saw through that. We both realized at the same time that this story is actually not that interesting. It's like, what's he talking about? He saw a Rolls Royce? Okay, so? Oh, he almost got killed by the mob? Okay, well now it's a story. Yeah, if only. If only my life were that exciting. I guess I was thinking that if at that moment, like, if I had been a hitman, I would have been in the perfect position to strike. That was my one opportunity. I could have been somebody. It's like, if I was a hitman. Should be a game show. I think they did some experiments like that in some university experiments on like morality, where they were like trying to convince people to murder. Like, what would they do to murder? I know that there were a bunch of compliance tests. I think they were done at Stanford. They did like an electrocution test, but I thought there was one that was like straight up like would you kill this person to save someone else, or to save other people? Like, would you kill one person to save 4 people? Kind of thing. I don't know. Morbidity. All right. Well, let's put him down so that that dries. And we'll grab this guy. So, because I'm doing the black lining on these guys, I'm not sure if I want to wash the whole thing, because this will then stop. It'll cease being black, and it'll be kind of this weird, really dark red. That being said, I do think, yeah, I could definitely go over the lining with it, and that might help soften it a bit. But you almost feel like you have to do the whole thing. All right, so take a quick look at the chat here, because the chat seems to be going crazy. Torben says, "Hey man, looking good." So red spot colors, and then Mantis green for the rest. Oh no, I don't know if there's going to be any the rest of my army is all Mantis warrior, like they're all the green and the yellow, right? This is what the rest of my army looks like right now. These guys are their own Mantis warriors on a mission. I don't know. I just want them to be different. Think Japanese biker gangs. That's sort of the only sort of theming that I am sort of feeling like I want to draw inspiration for these guys. The Bozuku. So we'll see if it doesn't look right and crashes and burns. We'll just repaint them. It would be the first time I've just hidden my shame underneath more paint. And then on this guy, I did the front of his boots. I don't know. That might have softened it out too much. I'm gonna have to readdress all that red. We got this guy. Oh, this guy is the one who lost his head. I lost me head! His head's just been sitting there on the table. Aww. Well, we'll glue that back on after we wash you. I'm gonna need to do another layer on those stripes there for sure. And then we'll rip it off. See how we did. Well, I'm gonna leave this side for now, because I may end up doing something there. The reason I'm not gluing his head back on right now is because I need to wash this area, and I don't want to stick my brush anywhere near where I've had super glue within like the last half an hour, because that way is the way of paint. So I'll wash everything and then I'll glue the head back on so that it can all just sit. Yeah, we'll go with that for now. Now. And now I will glue the head back on, and then I'll have to wash the head later. There's the glue. So, here, you can watch me glue. Ooh. Boop. I think this guy's head's like broken off several times. But that's okay. See, it's just stuck in some green stuff in there. And there we go. So we'll let that settle and dry, and then I can wash the head, but we'll leave the rest of it for now. And I'm going to put some white onto this guy, because we can work on that white while we're here. Just down here first. Maybe this guy's my sergeant. I don't know. The way he's thrusting his blade forward like that. Because right now, none of them are really picked out as the sergeant. But maybe this guy. Which is why his bike looks like this. And not the other two with all their craziness all over it. I don't know what that is. And then we'll do the back. And then we'll go do the next coat on the mask. Yeah, this is a newer brush. Sorry, Torvin, I was just reading what you wrote there. What sorcery is this? The brush has a full belly. It isn't worn down to the nub. Who are you and what have you done to Chris? Chris opened up a new brush. This is a Winsor Newton size 3. I actually prefer a size 2, generally, as like my general workhorse brush. But these things tend to be hard to come across these days. Because they are Kolinsky Sable, and it just seems like the world doesn't want me to have brushes made out of some kind of weird European rat. That was a bad joke. Got my Skaven hair brushes. Okay. Just gonna throw a bit more paint down. Where are you, White? It's okay. It won't be long before this brush is looking like its brothers. It knows what it's in for. Like it's already. You can see a little build up there. Yeah. I mean, I'll try and keep it clean. Like I'll run it through the soap, but it's just got to know that this is the life that has been chosen for it. Where did my white go? There it is. So I need a bit more white. Sploosh. All right. Not really sure. Ooh, that was my tummy grumbling. The song is over. I thought I had something more to say, but I guess I don't. There we go. And then a little bit down here. Oops. wonder how long I can go without saying anything. Ah! The wash! Ran into the wash there, painting that white. Alright, well, that's easy enough to fix. I just have to let that sit and dry, and then I can paint. I can fix that. I don't know how to do that. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And then actually, no, like this, see? There. It only took me 5 minutes to realize, like, that I'd messed that up. I was like, oh no, wait. That's not where the next stripe would be. What's wrong with me? It's okay, it's all gonna be metallic. Like so. Some metallic paint there. To remind myself that that's gonna be metallic. All right. A little bit more white, just like here. So now we're just white lining. So this is just pure white. And I'm going all the way around. All the way along this way. There we go. I have to fix that somehow, but I don't know how. We'll figure it out when I pull the mask off. Luke, help me take off this mask.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now. Oh, spoiler alert. So my kid thinks it's really funny that whenever anyone mentions Star Wars, she tells them that Luke Skywalker, or that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's dad, because she thinks it's funny to spoil things for people. Did I tell you 8-year-old kids are all little psychopaths? Because, yeah. Alright. Let's peel this mask off. Luke, help me take off this mask. Oh, we already did that bit. We already did that bit. Next. Alright, so let's, I'm just going to let it sit for a second, then I'll read some chat, and then we'll peel that mask off and see how's we did. The Epic Narrator 40K. Hey, how's it going, Epic Narrator? Touch up needed. Looks cool, though. No RT today. No, I'm going to split up my days into doing different things, just so that I don't get bored. I do have RT on the horizon. So I want to paint this Space Punk, and I want to finish this Space Punk. You can't see them because they're so tiny. Let's, this Space Punk. Space Punk. So I'll finish her, and I'll finish, and I'll paint this Space Punk. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing here. But yeah, I'm gonna try and um, bounce things back and forth. And I want to paint some other stuff too. I've got even some non-games workshop miniatures I want to paint. Um, so we might do that. So it's a good 3-inch model. Epic Nerd, I made a complete mess of my art too. Yeah, okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Mask tape and liquid latex have been very helpful. I have some of the liquid latex stuff. I used it once and I was not pleased with the results of it, so I didn't use it anymore. Is that this? Is this the mask? Yes. Yeah, so I have this Vallejo liquid mask. It's pretty old. I think it's pretty solid in there now. I'd be surprised if it's you can see it's barely been used. I think I've literally used it once. Nah, we're not going to bother with that right now. I won't do that on stream in case I do something horribly embarrassing, like explode paint all over everything. So what's we got here? Mask tape. When you pull the latex off, you can make paint boogers and throw them at your kids to gross them out. Well, now I really got to get in there and get some of that paint boogers. The Jank Master says robots. Okay. I have a robot. Imagine if you get a Primaris Lieutenant on a bike. Crazy thought, right? Primaris Lieutenant on a bike would actually be really cool. Sorry, I just literally closed every window. So I'm just reopening my windows. Primaris on a bike, or a Lieutenant on a bike would be really cool. Even if the White Scars have a captain on a bike, but he's not a Primaris, right? There's a con on a bike you can get for the White Scars, so I could put a captain on a bike, but he's not Primaris. And then, what? I mean, I could, whatever. I like the idea of the chaplain, right? Leading these guys anyways. Think Ravenwing, but with a little more pizzazz. That's kind of what these guys are going to be. These guys are going to be Ravenwing, but with a little bit more pizzazz. And we're going to see some pizzazz right now, because I'm going to peel off this mask, and that's how we will close the show today. So we'll start here. Whoa. Yeah, a little bit of touch-up needed, but nothing outstandingly looks freakish. You know, we'll take it from here. Here we go. Oh, there's where we get into sort of, because it was never meant to come up that far anyways. So that's funny looking. That's it's humorous. Let's get rid of the mask there, and we'll fix up some of that paint there. There's the paint. So we'll just go straight across like this. You can see where the mask was. There's a little bit of paint buildup, but that's fine. I could go in there with some like 2000 grit sandpaper and file that down, but actually I may do that, because that's pretty grunky. Pretty grunky. And that was the last time I almost got killed by the Mafia for mouthing off about a nice Rolls Royce. Das Vidania. Current rules have no soul. Imagine if you get a Primaris. Oh my goodness. What's current rules have no soul? What's that even mean? Because they were written by lawyers, and lawyers have no souls. There we go. There we go. Where's that white? It's almost gone. Oops. Ay, bumped my hand. And now it's pink. That's the dangers of painting white and red at the same time, is eventually you end up with pink. Put some more red. Fix up some more of these imperfections down here. Especially down here. Baboon, baboon, baboon. That should be thinner. Let's go like that. And then, there we go. Should be much thinner. Cool, I guess. Some better white. I better let that dry. All right, so there we go. A little bit more work done on the bikes. I'm gonna have to do the white down on this fender as well. But you can see where we're sort of headed there. I might do something on this side now. That's I might try and match that and do something that's identical, so that on both sides it's the same hazard pattern. Or I could do something even weirder on the other side, or do it in the opposite direction. So it's like a dazzle. Naval ships, World War I naval ships, and they had like the dazzle camo on them, something like that, where it's just like geometric, like lines going in random directions to sort of confuse the outline. Although my idea for these guys is that they're trying to draw your attention to them, right? Like they're letting you know that they're the Crimson Oni and that they're coming and that they're the first to the fight and the last to fall or whatever. Flunk. All right. So I'm going to call it there today because I've got some business to attend to later this afternoon, and I'm going to get ready to hit the streets again today for part 2 of my workout whatever regime, rehabbing my back, which is essentially what I'm trying to do. And just because I'm such a nice guy, and someone was wondering, I'm gonna clean my brush with some brush paint before we call it a day here. Get that. There we go. It's turning a little bit pink, so I know I'm getting the red paint out, and a little bit white, so the white paint's coming out. So take it easy, Bryce. You're painting Munda terrain. That's what I've got to do. Actually, I've got a whole pile of Necromunda terrain here that I need to paint. I'm supposed to go down and see my buddy Bruce, and he and I were gonna have a painting party, and just try and get this Necromunda terrain painted up, because it's sitting right here on the shelf behind me. You can see there's tons of it, like it's all the way down and then all the way up at the top there. There's more Necro terrain. So it's all the Sector Mechanica stuff. It's all been primed and it's all been sprayed with a metallic spray. It just needs some color and some washes and then some dry brushing and whatever. But anyways, that's my show for today. Let's pop it back up here. Truncated show. I see some of these streams that I see go on are like 6-hour streams, and I'm like, oh man, I don't think I could sit and paint for 6 hours straight anymore. I don't think that's the type of person that I need that like mental break, and even like a mental break between doing things, just because I've done so much for so long. But yeah. So everybody, I hope you're having a good Monday, and I hope you have a good week. I'm Christian from the Eternal Chronicles. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for dropping by. I will see you back here tomorrow. Same work time, same work channel. I will schedule out what it is that I'm going to be doing. So if you watch my channel, if you are subscribed to my channel, you should get notifications. Whatever. Oh, I'm supposed to say that, right? I'm supposed to say, like, yeah, like and subscribe, hit the notification button so you get blah, 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 blah. Like, that's the YouTube thing. but I'm not the YouTube thing. I'm just the guy. I'm just a guy painting miniatures in his bedroom. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. We'll see you on the Flipsy Flopsy and all that good stuff. Happy wargaming. Oh, that's Ash's thing. I can't say that. I got to come up with my own.